heart stops, you have just moments to act to save a life. Tonight, a Bay Area nursing director turned to Aid on Your Side concerned. The state cited the facility where she worked for failing to provide CPR after a patient died.
The nursing director says colleagues were letting their CPR certifications lapse. And her question, who's in charge of making sure nurses keep those critical skills up to date? What investigator Mahsa Saeidi found out may surprise you.
Jen Keith, to be a lifeguard, you need to be CPR certified. To get a job as a babysitter, you need to be CPR certified. But to be a nurse in Florida, you don't need to be CPR certified. The state of Florida does not require nurses to keep this life-saving skill fresh, and we wanted to know why.
Begin CPR.
In a hotel conference room in Citrus County, my classmate Beth Huntsbury and I were learning how to save a life. Our patient was in trouble. Their heart had stopped. No breath, no response.
2 breaths.
We took turns, 30 compressions, 2 breaths.
Stay clear of patient.
Lisa Brett taught the 4-hour CPR course. The certification is valid for 2 years, then it expires.
So you have to do it every 2 years because the recommendations change.
Sometimes they do. Also, if we don't use it for a while, then we might forget.
You just keep up on this. This is what you do.
Deborah Nicola is an RN. Most recently, she worked at a nursing home in Tampa. The Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration, or AHCA, regulates nursing homes. We pulled state inspection reports and found in May, Deborah's facility was cited for 4 deficiencies. An AHCA spokesman tells me nurses failed to provide CPR upon finding a resident unresponsive.
I felt, as director of nursing, there was a delay in care. 80% of nurses in general who work at that building were not certified.
According to the inspection report, Deborah told AHCA 80% or 4 out of 5 nurses had let their CPR certifications lapse. Deborah had done an audit after the death.
The excuses for a lot of the nurses, well, nobody reminded us. Nurses in every state are to be CPR certified.
But is that so? AHCA told me nursing homes must have an adequate number of nurses who are properly trained and/or certified. In other words, AHCA doesn't require nurses to be CPR certified. Neither does the Florida Department of Health. They told me, quote, certifications are determined by the employer. So I turned to the Florida Board of Nursing. These folks are in charge of setting safe standards and issuing licenses, but they don't require CPR certification either. And they didn't want to talk to me about it. Back to my fellow rescuer.
I have no words.
You're surprised it's not required?
I'm shocked that it's not required.
Beth is a yoga teacher. She's been getting certified every 2 years since she was 22.
Every yoga studio, every school, every high school, every college requires trainers be certified in both CPR, AED, and first aid.
And I want to be clear, we don't know if CPR would have saved the life of this patient, but Deborah says it might have given them a shot. I called the nursing home to talk about this event and also the state's actions. The administrator told me she could not comment. However, in the inspection report, the facility did not admit any wrongdoing. They stated, quote, alleged deficiencies did not jeopardize the health or safety of any patients. AHCA has issued a plan of correction, and I just want to say I got so much out of that class. I'm so glad that I am now CPR certified.
That's good. But nurses learn CPR in school, obviously, but I guess the key here is the retraining, the recertification, and making sure you're up to date, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I've been talking with nurses about this, and they say that unless you work in the ER, you're really not doing a lot of CPR. And if you don't practice, you could forget those important skills at the worst time. And again, when a heart stops, as you guys said, every second counts. They said within 10 seconds after there's not a pulse, you need to begin CPR. You have 10 seconds.